Hello everybody and welcome back. My name is Winback, and on today's episode of Heroes of the Storm, we're playing Malthael, the Angel of Death, the off-lane assassin, the guy that you want to pick up to make sure that people die. We're playing it on Volskaya Foundry today, and this is a YouTube video, so feel free to like, comment, and subscribe your heart out. We do 4 of these bad boys per week, and this week is going to be mostly angry, damage-dealing dudes. Now, Li Ming and Hammer made it their job to go to the offlane in the bottom side of the map. I don't know why. So what we're going to do is go to the exact opposite side of the map and then soak over there, because we are the offlaner with Malthael, and it doesn't make any sense what we're doing right now. Right. Team comps are going to be Malthael, Nova, Mei, Li Ming, Hammer versus Phoenix, Garrosh, Zagara, Blaze, and Cassia. Now, somehow, Zagara also ended up in the top lane. She is, I guess, going to be the offlaner for the enemy team. But, should be Blaze, if we're being perfectly honest. I kind of wanted it to be the Zagara too, because I am 900% sure that I can beat this player in lane, because I played with them in the game prior to this one, and I was not impressed. But let's talk about the build. I want to knock the build out quick, and then try to kind of take a new format with the build and how we talk about the character. So, the build today is going to be on a pale horse, die alone at 4. We're going to take Massacre at 7. 10 is going to be Last Rites. We're going to pick up Inevitable End at 13. 16 is going to be Immortality. And then 20, I'm not going to take No One Can Stop Death. I'm going to take Angel of Death. And I will tell you why when we get there. But, the build today does have at least one misclick. I am going to level with you. Massacre does not really synergize with the rest of our build. We probably should have taken either Touch of Death or Cold Hand. Mainly because Touch of Death can reduce the healing of characters like Blaze and Garrosh, the main frontline for the enemy team, pretty significantly, so we can get them into range to kill with our ult much faster. Nova making the right call there to back away. Even though we could have killed Zagara, Cassia probably would have killed us both on top of that. So smart call from both the Nova and the Malthael to not engage any further. I don't have any mana really to secure any kills beyond that, so here we are. But anyway, the level 7 talent, Cold Hand, also really good for chasing people down with our Q. Which we will talk about in just a second, but basically don't take Massacre if you are going to pick up Die Alone at 4, because it is really difficult to use those abilities together, because your W will apply your trait in an AoE, and then your Die Alone talent only works if you're hitting a single hero. So, you can see how hitting multiple heroes with your trait on your W is bad. Now, all that being said, our trait is called the Reaper's Mark, and we're going to start there with Malthael because that's the most important part of his kit, and basically, he has to have his trait applied for 60% of his kit to work. Well, I guess 50% if we're counting our ultimate. So, Reaper's Mark is going to apply the mark. You're seeing it on the minions right now, but it is going to do 1.75% of the max health to a target every 1 second, and it is applied for 4 seconds. So, on top of that, Malthael's basic attacks cleave, so you can apply your mark to multiple people with this passive. Tossing the hammer directly in, she doesn't want to unsiege until the absolute last possible second, and that's going to get her killed. Since we're Malthael, we're only able to frontline so much, and we do need a decent chunk of mana to do it, so I've got to tap real quick and hope my team doesn't run in and die. I've got a full health bar basically at this point. We're tapped up, so we can get some damage if we could just not be blinded. I don't think it's going to happen. Probably time to go full back and regroup. We do have the camp going in the top lane, though, so the enemy team not responding to that is fantastic for us. Nova may be dead here. Can we just stand on top of her to eat the throw? I can. You're welcome. Thank you for throwing me, Garrosh. every time the Garrosh throws us, as long as we don't get instantly CC'd and killed, we can hop away with our W, which is called Wraith Strike. Wraith Strike is going to instantly teleport us through an enemy afflicted by our trait, and we're going to deal a small amount of damage and refresh the trait when we hit them with this ability. It is the main form of mobility with Malthael, so being able to use it effectively, having your trait applied to the most targets possible, for mobility's sake, is very important. But applying your trait to only one hero at a time is going to be really important for your level 4 talent. So, I know, we'll get there. I'm just teasing everybody with all the stuff that I need to talk about in this video, right? Okay. But, on to our Q, which is Malthael's main form of sustain and damage in this build. Our Q is called Soul Rip, and this is going to suck the soul, little by little, out of an enemy hero that has our trait applied to them. In doing this, it is going to deal 137 damage at level 8, and it's going to heal us for 34 per target hit. So that's just minions, monsters, anything that we're hitting that's not a hero. And if we have it applied to a hero, we're going to get 4% of that hero's maximum health back in healing. So, all that being said, Malthael is very sustainable. He can live through quite a bit if we're hitting enough people with our Q and have our mark applied to the big health targets. A little bit spooky right now. I wanted to do that camp and get the turret, but my team doesn't seem very invested in that idea or playing the map or doing anything but fighting on the point. It's okay. I used my Wraith Strike a little bit too soon and then got tossed by Garrosh, but the enemy team not good enough at killing me. Very good at getting killed by the snipes, though. Ghost kills Queen, right? Zagara's the Queen? Brood Mother? Something? I don't know. Anyway, our E, since you can't see it right now, I can't highlight it because I'm in the robot, but our E is called Death Shroud, and it's probably the simplest ability that Malthael has. It's just a carpet of death mist that Malthael just spoots out, and anybody hit by that mist, be they minions or monsters or heroes, are going to have Malthael's trait applied to them. They really wanted, they wanted to kill that hammer so much. And Garrosh doesn't understand that there's still 2 heroes inside the robot after it dies. So, okay? I don't know why that happened the way that it did, but I'm just gonna take it, and we're gonna walk away with it. We have a 2-level lead. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. May got a triple kill inside the robot. There's so much stuff happening in that small exchange, and I don't know why it did. But the ult that we're picking up today with Malthael is called Last Rites. Apply a death sentence to an enemy hero that after 2 seconds is going to deal damage equal to 50% of their missing health. So you will see a little skull indicator on top of the character's head, indicating that when you cast your ult on them, it will kill them. And that is incredibly good because most characters, you only need to drop them down to about 30% health for that Last Rites to kick in and just take them out. Not to mention the range on the ability is nuts. For an ultimate that just straight pops people, like, you can cast it from really far away. You know, oof, okay, yeah. I'm just going to show you right now on Cassia because she's going to try to run away. Look at how far that was. Look at how far that was. This is also a questing talent. It's the only questing ultimate that I can think of off the bat, and I'm 90% sure, because that was like a big thing for Malthael when he came out. But enemies killed with the application of Last Rites, or while Last Rites is on them, are going to reduce the cooldown by 5 seconds to a minimum of 20 seconds. And you can see it right here. We've killed 2 heroes, so we have 10 seconds off the cooldown, which is dropping us down to 60 seconds. So having this ult on a 60-second cooldown, absolutely just murder people in that time frame, is really, really good. Gotta drop the biotic emitter to keep Nova alive. Is she going to be able to make it through? She's popping her ult as well. Blaze didn't use his turret. He thought he was going to live somehow, and Nova actually gets away. Use all of your abilities, my friend. He really needed to take Bunker this game. I mean, Bunker is an incredibly strong tool against Last Rites. But then again, it's quick match. I don't know how many people would actually use the Bunker to save themselves from my ultimate. So, there you have it. Now, our talents, since we ran through the build real quick early on, I just want to go through with you what I think are the most important parts of it. Remember, Massacre, misclick, don't actually need to take that when you're building this way. So, On a Pale Horse is going to give us 20% extra mounted speed, and that's it. That's it. But what that does is lets Malthael double soak so insanely fast that it's just going to be incredibly good in 99% of situations. Even on maps like Tomb of the Spider Queen, it's going to help you rotate to team fights after soaking very, very fast. Zagara is looking ripe for a Last Rites, but I did not wait long enough for the siege camp to pass by, and I got dismounted, which is probably going to kill me. I don't know if I can get away. I need to put the turret down, because I'm definitely dead. Shit. What I should have done there is waited for the camp to pass, then run up on a Pale Horse, killed Zagara, and then used my Death Shroud to mark the pushing Merc Wave, jump to it, and then get away. I am not a Malthael expert by any means, but hindsight is 20/20, so there you have it. Not super sure why Hammer is doing a camp right now. May died because she didn't have the rest of her team there. And Zagara is dead, so it should have been a 4 versus 4, and pretty easy for us to win 16-13, so I don't necessarily know why that happened the way that it did. But the enemy team has 5 people right now. I don't want to go fight over the objective because it's spooky, and I will obviously be killed because I'm the only frontliner, so I'm going to go take a camp now, like Hammer was doing just a second ago, and completely ignore the rest of the map. Whew. Now, our other level 1 talents, the Fear the Reaper is the other talent that I've seen taken a lot. I don't particularly love having an extra button to hit, even with the increased movement speed and the collision ignoring. I mean, I know why it's good. I know that you probably use it more in team fights than anything, but I just love On a Pale Horse far too much to sacrifice all that movement speed and soaking. Now, our level 4 talent, Die Alone. The reason that this works so poorly with Massacre is that Die Alone is going to do 50% more damage to heroes if it hits only one hero. So, when we hit a single Garrosh, or a single Blaze, or a single Zagara, we're going to do, let's see what it's up to now, 195 damage, so we're going to be dealing right around 87-ish damage on top of that. So, we're just below 300 damage per Q if we're hitting a single target. And since... Okay. I dodged the taunt, luckily, with that. And he fucked up the combustion by throwing Blaze. So Blaze is going to eat a Last Rites for his trouble. And that turret is going to help me kill Garrosh as well. I can't take Cassia here. Just got to dodge that Q real quick and make our way out. She probably could have killed me, but whatever. Our Robot and our Sergeant Hammer are still pushing super hard in the top lane while we manhandle the tanks on the enemy team here in the mid lane, but there you have it. So the Massacre Talent, don't take this if you're taking Die Alone, because applying your mark in an AoE with your W isn't the greatest thing in the universe. It's just going to anti-synergize with your Die Alone. Don't do it. Both Cold Hand and Touch of Death are very pickable. Touch of Death in this scenario, since they don't have a healer, it's not going to be as effective, but we can still cut healing from Garrosh and Blaze. Yeah, those are the only big targets that we'd have to worry about burst healing from, though, which is mainly what you want Touch of Death for. Cold Hand would have been much, much better for chasing down characters like Zagara or Cassia or Phoenix, because that 20% slow on a single target that we're chasing down with Die Alone is just going to make it infinitely more possible to kill them. So definitely take Cold Hand instead. Don't worry about Massacre unless you are building specifically around your W and potentially Tormented Souls. Whew. Now, our 13 talent, Inevitable End. This talent, I think, is basically, like, you have to pick it. Now, what it's going to do is all the marks that you have applied are going to be removed so that you can go unstoppable for 2 whole seconds. This is on a 20-second cooldown, and considering how easy, huge 3-man snowball, but Garrosh is going to toss her off of the point, take the turret, and drop it before he dies. That was impressive by him. Even though he died for it, I can really appreciate the amount of thought that went in there. But Sagara just going to give us a kill even though she was out. Nice. Good stuff. Thanks for making it easy on us. Well, easier than it could be. It's a 4-level lead. I can't imagine it could get much more difficult. Yeah, anyway. So, Inevitable End. Blocking the stuns from Garrosh, from Blaze, the taunt. Had Cassia taken, the pole? Valkyrie. That would have been pretty easy for us to get out of the way of with the Unstoppable. Even just getting away from the stun there from Phoenix is going to save us from a lot more damage than we need to take. So you can make a case for the other talents at this tier. They're all very defensive. They're all very good at doing what they are good for. But Inevitable End is just far and away going to be the best in the most scenarios. So get used to it. Start taking it. Use that Unstoppable like you know how. And have fun with it. Outplay some people. Show them who's boss. We're taking Mortality at level 16 because of the 8% maximum health damage that it is doing. Okay, well, fuck Cassia. She's still gonna die, but she definitely made me look like a chode with her protected fend, so I guess you earned it. Anyway. Mortality doing that 8% bonus maximum health is just going to make it easier for us to get people into range to Lasterite. Oh, my God. 2-man Snowball. Again, we're just going to instantly pop them because Li Ming was ready for it on that stun. Can't catch Phoenix on the way out. Unfortunate. And the reason that we picked up the level 20 talent, the upgrade for Last Rites, is because having that reduced cooldown is insanely good. Not only that, so the 20-second cooldown on... Just going to walk through that rocket hand real quick. Not only the reduced cooldown, the 20 talent for Last Rites changes the quest window that you need from 10 kills to 5 kills. So if you kill 5 people, you're going to get maximum cooldown reduction, which is 20 seconds, and you're going to heal for 100% of the damage that the ability deals. So, if you're dealing a shitload of damage to a tank character with your Last Rites, you've basically gotten your entire health bar back. I mean, honestly, if you kill anyone with Last Rites, you're going to get a huge chunk of healing back, but this is really a win more talent. Because we were so far ahead, I had absolutely no concerns with dying at the end there and needing to come back with no one can stop death. So I took Angel of Death instead, got that cooldown reduction on our ult, and made sure that the enemy team died a whole lot more than they were. Holy fuck, 9-1, 25-7. I just... Look, I even did the most healing on my team. Get wrecked. We didn't have a healer, but my Angel of Death is the best healer in the entire room, BTW, because no one else picked up healing totems in this entire game and put them down. What? 18,000 soak, too. Like, yikes. And the most on their team was the 10,000 from the Blaze. I guess he thought he was offlaning, he just was not doing enough of it. And his team really shit the bed on the XP soak there. So, really, that's how you win these games. And when your team doesn't die on the objective and kills a whole bunch of people like Li Ming did in that top objective fight, I mean, what really can the enemy team do? You know, as an offlaner, all you want is for your team to live so that you can kill minions and camps, and everything is going to work out just fine. So, if you're not an offlaner and you see that guy soaking, you better wait for him to show the fuck up, because if you die, you're going to ruin the game for you and him and the rest of your team, and it's really sad when that happens, so don't be that guy. There is the build one more time. It is on a pale horse, die alone, massacre, not massacre. You're going to take Cold Hand or Touch of Death. Don't take massacre. Last Rites at 10, Inevitable End at 13, 16 is Mortality, and Angel of Death at 20 if you are winning real hard, or you can take No One Can Stop Death at 20 to give yourself an instant buyback from the grave. But you do have to remember to press the button. A lot of people forget that they take that talent and will sit out the entire death timer. So don't be that guy either. But that is going to be it for this video. We will be back tomorrow to close out the week. Thank you so much for watching. GG's. I'll see you next time.